Okay, I think this is working. Oh, I actually called him. Oops. Is this working?
I mean, you're streaming.
Okay, there we go. And I didn't actually see you had messaged me because it's like, oh, we see you have OBS up, and I'm just gonna block you. And I was like, I'll wait. It's like, I'll wait till 20, and then I'm gonna get started. And then I was like, oh, you already said you were back. Whoops. What am I doing? I'm doing this. Do you want me to try loading the side thing so you can see more real time, or
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
think
it'd
it.
be useful if
Oh.
it works.
All right, let's see. Let's see if this makes my computer explode. I guess is the real question. Okay, well, we're gonna play this game again. Okay, there it goes. That was weird. Gonna kill Chrome actually, that'll free up some resources. And Firefox. It's weird, like recently my CPU, it looks like it won't ever go above half, and it's like, is half of my CPU dead? Should I be concerned? Oh, you muted yourself. Okay, well, I'll just get started. I hope that works.
Trying to keep things professional.
Oh, are you eating or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Looks like the side stream might be killing Face Rig.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think it's a combination of that and also it loading. Wow, yeah, my computer is just like, what am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna stop that now. How do I? Oh, well, we're gonna be playing this game again. Where it's like, oh, your mouse belongs in the middle of the screen always. It's like, no, no, please, please let me have control of my mouse now. Oh my god, game. Okay, hold on. Can I use my mouse, please? Thank you. Stop sharing screen. Let's see if that makes this any better. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can do both. Oh well. Yeah, there's some issue with my computer because I've noticed that lately, no matter how much I throw on it, it won't go above 50% CPU, and it's like you need to use the rest of that CPU you got there, and it just doesn't. How can they confirm that?
You gonna lend me a hand or what?
Oh, because right, his is on his arm. It's out in view.
Clean up. Let me help.
Yep. Some people have an easier time hiding their marks than some don't.
Uh, wait, each time having what?
An easier time hiding their brands and
Oh
some
yeah.
don't.
Well, Snow doesn't have long sleeve, otherwise it probably could. But How does the stream look, by the way?
I mean, it looks alright from my point of view.
Okay. Just making sure.
What's he doing? Watch yourself. Stay alert.
I don't even think Snow knows what he's doing.
The downside is I can't listen to the audio.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, because then you'd hear my voice twice.
And worse, I'd hear myself.
That's also true. Oh hey, there's Fang.
In fact, they decided to call them Eidolons for this game because the localizer for this game being a big fan of Final Fantasy IX.
Is that not what they should be called?
I don't think they have like any strict regulation on them. This is, you know, this is a summoned creature. Make a name for the summoned creatures.
Come on then.
This is also the first time that you can start seeing the flaws of auto battle.
Yep.
Because you actually do not need to provoke 3 times in a row. A single time, as long as it actually works. Like, work.
Well, it didn't ask me to provoke 3 times in a row. That was me just now doing that stupidly.
Oh, I thought the first time you did it, it was auto battle.
No, it was, and it did 1 provoke and 2 steel guards.
That's strange. It's not how it's supposed to auto battle it.
That's what it did, though.
You actually don't need to use provoke anymore, though.
Yeah, I'm realizing that. Just steel guard apparently works. So I have a question. It said like you'll get hints on how to deal with it, and I don't see any hints anywhere other than the tutorial telling me blocking is more effective.
It's the Gestalt bar. Depends on what, like how much the meter goes up is when you're doing things right. But goes up more quickly.
Oh, that went up a lot with that. I don't think I'm gonna fill this in time.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Oh, there it is. I didn't realize, I thought I had to fill it up all the way.
That one's a little easy because it's the tutorial for Eidolon battles.
I remember
rest of
really
them are-
struggling with lightnings.
Yeah, the rest of them really require like a lot of micromanaging.
I remember hopes being ridiculous, but I only had to do it like once or twice. And those are the only 3 I remember. Dad.
The twin sisters.
Oh, something I didn't get to talk about from last time.
Taking 'em down.
Uh,
Don't gloat just yet.
at the very
Might
beginning
come a
of the
time
game,
you wish you'd only
everybody
admitted
has
and made things easy.
2 ATB segments.
Except for Vanille, because she's already a Lassie.
Yeah,
I actually
because
thought
you
about
get-
that, and I think I did say it, but as someone pointed out in my stream, an hour in, I had been muted the entire time.
He's a Lassie. Take him. You
I
wanna
decided to
keep
unmute
breathing?
briefly. You are definitely broadcasting your microphone to the stream.
Shut up and come quiet.
Yeah, I made sure this time. She just kind of tapped him, and he's like, fuck.
Bring her this way. Careful now. Come on.
Yeah, I always thought that was a neat attention to detail that you only really notice when you play a second time.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
Shut it.
Yep, because you get the 3rd ATB segment when you,
Stand down.
When you become a not human.
yeah, and then you get a 4th when you get an Eidolon.
Is that when you get the 4th? I didn't remember exactly.
Why
Yep.
are you helping them?
The 5th one you get
If I were
through
you, I'd worry about
expanding the
myself.
Castarium eventually.
Yeah.
And then the 6th one you only get if you have the character's ultimate weapon.
Huh. I don't remember there being a 6, so I probably never got any of them.
They're a complete pain to get.
That would be why then. I know I did a little bit of extra stuff in 13 after I played it, but I didn't do very much. I think I mostly just like leveled up more.
A lot of the extra content you can do without getting an ultimate weapon. The ultimate weapons require a lot of money grinding, because that's the one thing that this game never gives you is money.
The game also never expects you to have it like throughout the whole game.
Yep.
I'm trying to think, like, I don't think I bought anything the whole game. Because, like, you unlock shops and stuff, but all they have is garbage.
No, they have some decent stuff.
You want to die? How are you gonna lose them? You got me, kid.
I don't know, but maybe you should leave it to the pilot.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't that what Sauce is? Isn't he a pilot?
Yep, he's an airship pilot.
Yeah, it's like maybe y'all should just shut up and let him drive. I also was thinking about moving
Still on us?
my face rig to somewhere else in the screen because there's a lot of information they shove in this corner in this game. But I didn't really like anywhere else I could put it.
You try bottom center.
Would that work? I feel that'd be too weird being in the center.
Give me a break.
Also, then it would cover up the subtitles.
That's true, the subtitles.
Like, I think the only other thing I thought would be okay would be top right, because then I'm only covering the mini-map, which is not really necessary to someone watching, but
In fact, you can just shut the mini-map off, and it's usually preferred.
Love of all that's good.
Especially since people like to say, I'm just walking down hallways.
I like these hallways so they can shut up.
Yet everybody praises Final Fantasy X, which has the exact same map design.
I don't remember. Oh, 10's the one with the monkey kid, I think, right? No.
No, that's 9.
enormity of the strain the purge placed on us all. But given the tens of millions of lives at stake, there truly was no alternative.
That guy's hat looks like it's a golden shit on top of him. Like, it looks like the poop emoji, but he's like, I like that shape, but I want it to be gold and purple.
Yeah, that's right. If it
bad it never even happened.
I'm glad they get TV on this airship.
Centuries since the War of Transgression, Cocoon has been spared pulse aggression and prospered for it. It is essential that we maintain this peace. That is the Sanctum's focus. We will
Dude needs to trim his
continue employing
fingernails.
every resource available to combat these threats to the harmony of our society.
Meaning, we'll be running for the rest of our lives.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
who is this guy?
I mean, what do they teach kids these days? He's Gallant Daisley, the Sanctum Primarch. Murderer-in-Chief.
According to our Insta
Just
poll,
another
nearly
tool
90%
of the
of the
foul
Coon
sea.
citizens agree with the Sanctum's handling of the purge.
I mean, she
70%
basically
of
asked who
respondents
the
said they would also
president
support
is.
additional
Yeah.
purges were the need to arise.
Let's purge everybody. That'll fix it. Oh, hey,
More cutscene.
points for perseverance. A Sanctum Foul Sea up close and personal. Cocoon's own light in the sky. Here we go again.
Fly in. We'll lose him in there.
I like this foul sea.
And then everyone died. The end.
Hey,
That was fast. But yeah, my head where it is, it covers up. The big thing I noticed is it covers up my HP bars, so you can't tell how much health I have.
Yeah, that's no fun.
I was thinking of putting it in the top right because I don't. I was watching that cutscene too to make sure. I don't think anything important happens up in the top right.
Safe, right?
I'm gonna try putting it there. It feels weird to me to see my head just kind of floating there. Then it covers up the maybe I'll move it down a little bit. 'Cause now it covers up the what's it bar.
Oh yeah, the stagger bars
Yeah.
up there.
So maybe I'll put it like maybe like in the middle, right? There's not a lot over here, I don't think, right?
Not that I can recall.
Other than like the direction I'm going, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like a character here and there when they're on the side of the screen. See, I just feel weird though, cause you can see like the cut off of the bottom of the face rig now, and it just looks weird.
What? No break.
I mean, real webcams do that too, though.
I know that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that, but we aren't soldiers. We
At
don't have
least
your
if you're
kind of
using a
stamina.
green screen, it does.
You got enough to complain.
Hey, what, Fost?
Forget
It,
it.
at least if you were using a green screen, it would be doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think, I'd stick with her if I were you.
Later then.
That's right. They split up into these two groups. Technically three, because Snow's a group.
Let's get going.
Snow's with Fang now.
Get going to where, exactly?
Yep, this aspect of the group splitting up to do individual things reminds me a whole lot of Final Fantasy 9.
That Seath Cloud?
Final Fantasy what?
9,
Oh.
There's still time. You give up too easy.
because
old
that's a
man.
lot of what happens in that game too, is people
Everyone
are going
has
different ways for different reasons.
Yeah, everyone has their own like kind of goal.
Kid like you would not
Yep.
understand.
I did not play much of 9, but
I don't understand.
Well, I guess we can be fugitives together. Oh,
It's got one of the more addicting mini games.
you ready?
I know, and I got it and played it a bunch, and then I stopped playing the game, and then I stopped playing the mini game.
Which mini game are you talking about?
The card thing.
Oh, that wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh, I like that.
I was talking about the Chocobo Hot and Cold.
I have no idea what that is. I did not get far enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, do more stuff with him now. Oh yeah, I wanted to get Arrow. Oh, I can go further though. What else is up here? Ooh, Overwhelm. Sweet. Let's try to get that.
A lot of people like to complain that the Crystarium doesn't have choices.
It totally does.
It does, especially if you know what to optimize for.
Which I do not. So I'm gonna be doing this. My big thing is I always try to get skills before anything else. Like I am definitely going to get that. That's the big thing that I remember I was trying to do, because skills are more important than just here's a small buff. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong though.
I mean, skills is kind of second. What you want to get the most is roll levels.
I don't think I have access to any of those yet.
You don't.
Okay, that'd be why then. Oh, I'm just short of fire. Dang. Oh well.
You usually kind of want to skip some of those side nodes too.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for Saz. I don't know why. I'd half finished one of them for her already, and I was like, screw it.
Yeah. They can be useful. I know Lightning in particular has one on her medic, which is like a plus 20 attack or something, which is extremely useful early on.
Jeez. Alright, I probably need to make sure they have good setups before I do anything. More likely, I'm going to make sure they have every setup because they only have 6 combinations. I remember not liking this part of the game very much because you don't have a commando, so you cannot stagger stuff without like 100% focusing on it, which is annoying.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay, well then I'm done.
Saboteurs also will make the gauge go down a little less slowly.
Guess I'm not going that way.
End of the road.
But at least it's not the end of the line.
My cursor away. Oh, we get more flashbacks. Okay.
It's actually one of the tricks that they don't really do a good job teaching you.
Oh, that Saboteur can do stuff too.
Yeah, Saboteur slows the stagger gauge down a little
So
bit.
they tell
Not
you
as
that. I remember because they tell you very specifically that's what Commando is for. Um, I I guess they don't really explain synergy and Saboteur very well, do they at all? They're just kind of like,
no,
here you
not
go.
really.
Here's 2 new classes.
They're like Saboteur debuffs and Synergist buffs, and that's what those do. So Saboteur is kind of an in-between between Ravager and Commando as far as building the stagger gauge goes.
Okay,
They
so it
will
slows
push
it down a little, but not as much.
Yeah, but there are strategies for certain fights where you want to use a Saboteur and 2 Ravagers instead of Commando and 2 Ravagers.
All right.
Wishing on fireworks, were you? And you call yourself a soldier?
Who the hell are you?
Sorry, Lieutenant. But I really don't think guard duty is my calling, sir.
Well, lucky for you, your shift just ended. Back it up and go home.
But, sir,
SciComm found something in the vestige nearby. They don't want the Guardian Corps here stepping on their toes. I'm sure you heard about the accident at the Uriday Gorge energy plant and how it has the SciComm lads in a tizzy.
I feel like this is the
Yeah.
first game where they really got
more
the facial
incident than
animation right.
accident. Something pulse related.
You're taking tomorrow off?
Sir, for my birthday, sir. My sister, she insisted on it.
21, huh? Maybe it's a good time to send off that letter of recommendation for officer training.
Lieutenant,
You're past due for a promotion, Farron. Think of your sister.
Said no one ever to a 20-year-old.
And, keep your nose out of trouble.
out of SciComm business, you mean?
For military, I think they do go pretty quickly in promotions.
That's true.
Nothing but grief. Whoa, look at that one. Whoa, whoa, ho!
How right you were, Lieutenant. Just you?
For now, I guess. Should we wait?
They'll catch up, eventually.
Oh, so now they're explaining Synergists in more detail. Okay. Now I have to set up their things that I just finished setting up for characters I controlled for 2 seconds and didn't fight in combat at all with.
Yep.
Full explosion. I did not say that right.
It's especially tricky because when you're not using them as active party, they still gain experience.
Yep. Thank God.
Yeah, so you're when you go back to Saz and Vanille now, they're gonna have a whole bunch of extra experience.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. I got one more spell for Ravager at least.
Oh, you don't even have medic yet. Cool.
Oh, for
Okay.
lightning? Yeah.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
Lightning
yeah.
only has Commando and Ravager right now.
Yeah, when you get medic for lightning, which is coming up very soon, there's a like plus 20 strength node in there, and you want to grab that immediately because that's like the biggest thing for lightning right early.
Ooh, shell. So do these small buffs apply regardless of stance, or is it just only in this stance you get them? I can't remember which it is.
It goes to the character.
Okay.
So you're just always buffing their ability to do physical damage and magical damage.
Okay. I like strength. No, apparently I need one more CP for that. Oops. Oh well. That's fine.
I believe Hope gets the absolute highest magic stat in the game, so he's the best Ravager.
Makes sense. I'm so used to the smallest party member always having the most magic. And I'm like, yep, tiny man gets magic. I'm like, okay. I like how the survival knife jumped out of my key items when I lost lightning in the party, and now it's back. And has an exclamation point, so I have to look at it again.
Yep.
Thanks,
I mean,
game.
it's neat because it's designed that way to remind you while you're going through menus who has the knife, because that becomes kind of an important plot element later.
I'm sure it's more just like I wish it wouldn't be an exclamation point again. I've already looked at it, and I'm going to make a separate save for this point, which is why I had the other save a minute ago, because I wanted to check looking around and moving around while messing with my settings, and I couldn't do that because I had to fight through 80 cutscenes to get back to a point that let me do that. That's not the right one. I feel like my face rig is much less in the way over here.
Seems like it. You can see more of the battle UI and stuff.
Yeah. Didn't quite sneak up on them.
Stay sharp.
I'm actually not even covering up the mini map either.
Stuff is what was left over from the scrap Val sent to Pulse to repair Cocoon.
I also really appreciate that they put the little glowing circles on the ground where your character will jump.
In Lightning Returns, they just have a jump button. You can jump whenever you want.
Oh, he died. Oops. I'm not used to this yet. Oh, now Lightning's gonna die. Yep, there she goes. Oops.
I can't stop now.
I'm pretty sure I know what the game wanted me to do, and I didn't do it. Whoops. Let's retry that fight.
stay out of my way. Stay sharp. Just stay out of my way.
The game took the time to tell me, by the way, there's a synergist roll. Please use it. And then I died because I didn't use the synergist roll. Surprise.
Yep.
Stay sharp.
Oh, he died.
Stay sharp.
Oh, it died again. I'm very not used to not having a tank. It's like, no, give me Snow back.
And you will not have a tank for a good portion of the game from here on out.
Yeah. Because Snow got kidnapped or whatever the hell he's doing.
Feel like chapter 6 or 7 is when you finally get a sentinel back.
Yeah, because I know Fang's the first Sentinel you get back. Yeah, that game's like, you suck! Here's 2 stars. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I think you actually get Snow back first, if I remember right.
Do you? I swear you got Fang before you got Snow, and Fang also had Sentinel rolls.
They both show up near almost the exact same time.
So I have a quick question because I don't remember. If you Libra someone, do they stay in a state where the AI knows what to throw at them?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had to use it per fight or...
Basically, it depends on how filled out your bestiary is. So just fighting things over and over again will eventually unlock the bestiary entry anyways, and then they will attack it properly.
Okay, because I know you. Like, right now, all I can use my TP for is Libra, so there's no reason not to use it. But it's like, do I need to use it every fight, or is it just like, once you've got it, you're good? Hey, kitty. What you looking at?
Can we get through this way, you think? You know where you're going, right?
I've been here on missions before.
Missions. Nothing to do with the Purge, though.
The Purge is SciComm's baby.
Bobby.
Our military is split into two arms. The Public Security and Intelligence Command, known as SciComm, and the Guardian Corps. I was Guardian Corps, Bodum Security Regiment.
Wait, but I don't get it. If you're not SciComm, then why did you board the train?
For Sarah.
Join the end of the line. Attention Purge deportees. Follow instructions and stay in your lines. Personal belongings will be returned upon arrival. Halt! Do not leave your lines! This is for your own safety! Huh? What's the GC doing here? This op's under SciComm direction.
So direct me. Let me on. I want to be purged.
Only civs get purged. Sanctum staff and soldiers are exempt. Huh?
Then I quit.
Line up!
Wait, but she had her weapon a minute later.
Excuse me. Hey, lady. What gives?
I volunteered.
Really?
If I remember the opening cutscene correctly, she actually grabs it off somebody.
Quiet. You better take the next
Or
one.
like off the wall or something. She doesn't actually have it.
Well, now I really want to see what you're up to.
I had to rescue Sarah.
I think
before
you're
the
right.
transport
I think
of
that's right, because she hit like a button
and out of my reach.
that the guard was holding, and it uncuffed everyone, and then she
Chance to
grabs
see
it.
her.
I think you're right.
Was to join the purge.
And since he gave it to that guy, he must have still had it.
Save your sister?
Yep, because I know the opening cutscene starts with her punching a bunch of people instead of using her sword, gun,
Yeah.
gunblade.
There are some things in life you just do.
Easy for someone like you to say.
No, it's hard for everyone to say, dude.
Lightning!
If I remember right, Saz and Vanille show up, and now you have, and Saz gets the commando role.
She left me.
I mean, you could follow her.
One, two, three. We go.
The big thing I remember about Saz's commando role is I used it for one reason alone. on his like third or fourth attack, I don't remember which one. He combines the two of his guns to make an assault rifle, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yep. I think it's more like a sniper rifle because he only does one powerful shot afterwards.
Yeah. Didn't we just learn about this thing just now? Okay. This is a different type of synergist. Huh. I don't remember this aspect of the game. Does it show up very often? I seriously just don't remember it at all.
It shows up decently often. It's used in the speedrun route, and I believe it's also how people thought that they had to grind.
By taking out multiple groups of stuff?
There's one fight in particular where there's two big monsters fighting each other, and you can use that one to get a lot of experience very easily, which is what they use in the speedrun. By the time they get to that part in the game, they are drastically underleveled and cannot handle the rest of the game.
Makes sense.
At least when I was looking into the speedrun, for all I know, they've found other routes now that are better.
Probably, because that's how those go. Speedruns are never the same for more than a day or two.
Yeah, that was a long time ago when I was looking into that. But I have a feeling that more or less that same sort of thing was how people grinded when they first got there. Because they were just like, I can't survive this place, it's too hard. You know, the whole point of that area is to avoid all the fights.
Time to get serious.
Oh, that's right, and everything starts with half health. And yeah,
Yep.
I can see that the Saboteur definitely does make that bar go a lot slower.
Yep. Ravager Saboteur is kind of how you're supposed to do this section to stagger stuff.
That makes a lot more sense. So I remember really struggling with these next couple sections because I'm like, I can't stagger anything. Guess I'll just like punch through it. And it worked, but knowing that you can use the Saboteur is much better.
Yeah, this early section of the game is a lot easier than stuff later. A lot of this is teaching you complicated mechanics.
I knew that would happen.
Granted, I still don't think the 20-hour tutorial comment is accurate. Just because they teach new mechanics later on into the game doesn't mean that you're still in a tutorial.
Yeah. I mean, like, I still feel like I'm in the tutorial right now, kind of, but
I mean, kind of, but it's more.
Did you see that
I feel
coming?
like it's slightly more organic in the sense that
I
right now
think
they are
it's
teaching you about battles with multiple enemies that are fighting each other, how to fight without a commando, and I don't know. There's a lot of complicated.
Yeah,
almost
I was
more
gonna
like
say,
how-
I think it's more that Mila, are you gonna attack or are you just gonna sit there? She has nothing else to
problem with-
cast.
Yeah, the problem with how Saboteur works with AI is that once it has all the debuffs on, it won't do anything.
Yeah, I realized that like the second I said it, like, oh, there's nothing left for you to debuff.
Yeah, generally you want to be controlling your Saboteur because then you can keep casting and maintaining debuffs.
But I can't switch party leaders at this point in the game.
Or, I mean, maintaining the stagger gauge because you're using Saboteur to do it.
Yeah, but right now I can't switch to Vanille and Saz
Yep.
doesn't have anything.
Yep.
Come on, let me open it. They're not even looking at me. Yeah, there it is, the rifle. So is everything attacking this one thing?
Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first time I played this, I just used dual Ravagers until I got needed to heal, and I would use dual heal and Synergist, and just swap between the two a bunch.
I kind of feel like this game works more off like how you would teach somebody to do a puzzle game.
Yeah. But they actually managed to kill the thing. Okay. There we go.
So basically, here's a new mechanic. Now here's a bunch of different little puzzles that are specifically training you how to use this mechanic optimally.
Yep.
This should do it.
It's so funny learning their actual ages though, because like I swear I thought Saz had to be in like his late 40s, and it's like, oh, I'm almost Saz's age. Now I feel old.
Me too.
Yeah, because you're even older than I am.
Guess running's out of the question.
C3 versus what? Just two of these. Let me deal with these first. One of these. Deal with whatever. Oh, neither of them got. Oh well, shit. So I think one of them would get. Yeah, I beat them without taking any damage. Oh, there's hope.
We made it.
Where's Grumpy? Got left behind, huh?
Leave me alone.
Hey,
This is pointless. Can't keep up. Can't get home. It's over for me.
It's not over. We'll get you home.
I don't have one. Now that money.
What about your dad?
I really like showing different angles of this one day.
Ideally, probably should have had a lot of this happen up front
Mom, you still believe
and
in that
have you experience it before you start playing the game proper, but it would have slowed down the game even more, so I kind of understand why they wanted to do it this way,
Yeah,
to,
that's true.
What'd you wish for?
to try to get people playing faster.
Father could come with us.
And at the same time, part of the reason why it's done this way is
Need it.
for the proper reason that you do flashbacks, which is
That night,
that when
found the
all the
Falcine
flashbacks
voting
are
vestige.
done, there's a
The next
somewhat
day,
shocking reveal.
soldiers sealed off the town, and we couldn't get back to Palom, Poland.
I mean, I think the information they give is at a reasonable pace, it's just,
Mom,
though, so.
she was frantic. She wanted to get us home, so she tried to fight. She got tricked by Snow. He used her.
Let's get you home, okay? Your dad's gotta be worried.
Let him worry. Why should I care? He doesn't.
any father cares.
Sass?
It's nothing. Forget it.
Come with me, okay?
Let's try this big giant lever.
Do it. We've got time. Get you back home. Your dad'll be happy to see you.
Yeah, I kind of remember Saz's deal more than anyone else's. Like, I kind of remember
Let's get this
Hope's
over
dad, but I didn't even look to set up my paragrams or pardigrams. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Paradigm.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. Oh, they already have that down there. If Neil's a better medic at this point, I can't remember.
Neil is the best saboteur, if I remember right.
There we go. That'll work for now.
I would actually suggest doing another paradigm that has 2 medics in it.
Oh, that's right. I didn't do that. Oops. Let's do that. I did two synergists. I didn't do 2 medics. I was like, oh well. Let's save. And be happy that this isn't Sonic 06 and it takes 10,000 years to save.
The PC version in particular is extremely fast on saving and loading.
Because it doesn't have to deal with the hard drive. Smart palm. I love that all of them have names.
One of the strategies is to do kind of like what you're doing now and switch to a paradigm right away. Because every other paradigm that you do does might just be the first one per battle, but it does a more lengthy animation showing each individual character changing instead of just having everybody change all at once. So you usually want to get it out of the way if you're going to need to.
I was actually going to ask if there's a way to turn that off.
There's not. You just want to. Usually, you just want to get it out of the way as early as possible because there's some strategies in some fights where you want to be like switching between paradigms very quickly.
Oh, come on. Give me 4 stars. I want more stars. No stars don't matter.
Isn't that
A warship from Pulse.
You mean they made it this far?
No, of course not. Not during the war, not since. They might have tried, but none of their forces made it into Cocoon. They only damaged the outer rim. Then the Sanctum's Fal'Cie pushed them back. What'd you, sleep through history?
More or less.
Heh.
So, what's a ship from Pulse doing here?
Once the war was over, people couldn't live near the rim anymore, in places like the Hanging Edge. So the Fal'Cie, they gathered up scrap from Pulse and used it for rebuilding here. This is what was left. A bunch of garbage.
Who'd have thought?
Should I know what Cocoon is at this
Pulse
point?
Fal'Cie and who knows what mixed in with all the trash.
Kind of, yeah.
So, I don't really know what Cocoon is other than... I know what I remember from, like, the ending cutscenes. It shows you it at one point, I think, but...
You're on Cocoon right now.
I knew that. Like, is it a planet? Is it a country? I don't understand.
Do me a favor. Stop wandering off and stay where I can keep my eye on you.
trying to think how best to explain it because I don't remember. The game goes into a whole lot of detail about it in specific.
Follow the old guy's lead.
I can probably look into the data log real quick, and it'll probably be like, Cocoon is this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that real quick, actually. If I remember that square is not how to open my thing for once. Cocoon Society. No, this explains the stuff on Cocoon, not what it is. Events. No.
It'd be under locales.
Oh, yeah. Cocoon. So what, it's a floating orb in the sky?
Yep.
Oh.
It's like a globe, a smaller globe that is above the actual planet, and people live inside of it,
So it's
looking towards the middle.
it's kind of like a not all the way space moon.
Kind of. But it's like a Dyson sphere where you're actually on the inside of it, and that whole like sky thing in the sun, that fake sun that they were flying by in that other cutscene.
Yeah, that was one of the falsy.
Yeah, that's at the central point of it.
Okay. Oh, so it's like inverted, kind of.
Yes, you're inside of a sphere.
Oh, okay. So, wow, that's weird. It also hurts to wrap my head around a little bit. But that makes sense. Okay. My knife's gone again. So another thing that bothered me a lot is how frequently those exclamation points show up, and there's no way to clear all of them without individually looking at them. I hated that so much. Nah, I'm just trying not to let it bother me.
Can't we just talk this over? Time to pull the old switcheroo.
Let's get that red out of the way first. It'll take less time.
Bobbing and weaving.
Sure to use her thing. Man, this is so much easier knowing that Saboteur can delay that bar. Because I did not know that, and I basically just brute forced my way through this.
Yep.
Want me to check things out?
This is the one time where they want you to start learning that that can happen, but they don't ever explicitly tell you.
Change in the play. Changing gears.
That animation has always been funny to me, where just Hope takes this giant boomerang and just kind of shoves it up his ass. It's like, where are you putting that, dude?
Just as I was getting used to things. Change in the play.
Not that one.
Changing gears. Tough times, huh? Change in the play.
One of the improvements to 13.2's battle system is that it does never does the longer paradigm animation. That's part of why people like that one more, I think.
Changing gears.
They'll get back up at the end of the battle if they're dead, right?
Yep, only your main party member, whoever you're controlling, is the only one that matters.
Yep, there he goes. He stood back up before it even ended. Therefore, the ending cutscene ended. It's also one thing I appreciate is your party members get all their health back at the end of every fight, which is both good and bad. It's good because you don't have to worry about it. It's bad because the developers knew you didn't have to worry about it. So
Hold it together.
I mean, every battle is designed in a way where you're always going to have full health when you start it.
yeah,
So every battle can be
deadly.
more challenging
Yeah.
because when you fail a battle, you immediately can restart right outside the battle. And you're always going to be having full health, so each encounter can be difficult.
Change in the play. Change in gear.
Neil's not gonna do anything anymore. Shoot. Nope. Okay, switch over. But yeah, there in the Battle Network series, in 1 it was this way. And like every battle knew you started with full health, so a lot of the battles were harder. In 2 you did not, and so I felt a lot of the garbage battles got a lot easier because they knew that you could run out of health.
Yep.
2 also gave you a lot more weapons though, so it wasn't lowered too dramatically. It was more just like you got more powerful.
I feel 13.2's combat system is easier because they let you choose what order you want to unlock the additional classes, so they can't design around you specifically having 3 classes.
That's true.
And they also removed a lot of abilities from each class.
Well, is it that they removed it, or just because I know even with the same class, a lot of characters have different skills, so they just...
Towards the end of this game, like right now, Saz has bravery and faith and stuff, and Hope has protect and shell.
Yeah.
Later in the game, Saz will get protect and shell, and Hope will get bravery and faith. So eventually,
Everyone can do everything.
not quite, but close. If they got the role default as one of their primary 3, they'll be able to do more or less everything in that role.
So
One
like
example
Vanilla will
is
probably be not a very good commando.
Right. One of the things that comes up is Lightning has a very, very different style of Sentinel than anybody else. That their whole thing with their Sentinel is evading attacks. There are some attacks which you cannot evade, which makes her not the best Sentinel in every situation.
Oops. Not new. Let's save it again. Oh hey, it's lightning.
Hey, welcome to the party.
You miss us?
Would it kill her to smile?
Yes, it would, Sauce. Oh no, I lost hope.
Move.
Now I'm hopeless. I probably should update the crystal thing. Yeah, I got overwhelmed. I think that's it. I think I have this full. So let's swap over to her other role that I have unlocked. Low points here. Oh, wait, I still need to upgrade Hook though, even if I'm not using it. More stuff in medic. Oh, it's weird not having the commando as the party leader. Bully, I like that name. Punch robot.
Let's get this over with.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. When they're staggered, that gauge is going to fill down at the same rate regardless, right?
Wrong.
Ah, okay.
It depends on like what speed you had it at before it entered stagger mode.
Okay.
Like if you stagger with all Ravagers, which is possible in some circumstances,
Done it
it
a few
drains
times, yeah.
really fast.
Changing the play.
So I probably should be waiting to switch to the try whatever till after they're staggered then. Try disaster, I think is what it calls it. Because I remember right, Ravager does more damage than Commando does, right?
Not when they're staggered.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Commando is the damage dealing class, but only does a lot of damage when something is staggered. The higher the stagger gauge is, the more damage they will do. So you can continue building the stagger gauge after they've been staggered up to a max of 999.9%, and then they will be taking the maximum amount of damage that they possibly can.
Huh. Good to know. So I should really be swapping off of the Commando then.
Typically, especially right now with Saws and Lightning, after you get something staggered, you ideally want to switch to a paradigm that has Commando, Ravager, because then you have both Saws and Lightning on Commando doing lots of damage to finish the fights more quickly.
But Saz does not have Commando right now, so...
Oh, I thought he did at this point.
Nope. I was always under the impression that Ravager did more damage than Commando did, but I have not even been looking at the numbers, and I probably should. Nope, never mind. So Ravager just fills that bar faster. The stagger bar, not so much the damage. Okay. So I've had it backwards.
I think there are a few cases where enemies are
Weak to elements.
physical resistant, and then you want to stay in Ravagers to do more damage. But by and large, Commando's your damage dealer.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, I'm learning things.
Go. Nothing to it.
God, I want to make something like does that. Like, I want to make this big, giant, complicated machine with 1,000 buttons. And all it does is you press one of them and stairs show up. I want to make something like that. Just cuz.
Doing good.
Oh, right.
Changing gears. Changing the play.
Probably didn't need to do that because it's about to die anyway, but whatever. Yeah.
Come to pop.
Just need to get through here.
Normally I would keep running, but there's a shiny there and I want it.
Let's get this over with. Hold it together. Ha! Changing gears.
Is that the only one I... Yeah, I'll do that later. So I notice when I'm auto-battling, it'll always tend to, like, for Ravager, it always tends to swap. Like, it'll never do 3 of the same spell. Is there a reason for that?
Wisdom does come with age.
I don't know specifically how auto battle picks things. I want to say it's trying to pick things that animate well into each other.
That would make sense, actually.
Hurry up.
I know there's some circumstances with characters where, like, you don't want to keep alternating between fire and flame strike, for example. Like lightning, because lightning has to actually run into flame strike.
Right. What did
So it kind of depends on where you want the character to be positioned. If you want the character to be positioned closer to the enemy, then yeah, you want to use lightning strike or fire strike. For lightning, at least. Saz won't move in because he uses his guns anyway.
Right. So it doesn't matter for him. Oh,
What do you
let's save.
suppose that is?
That's a boss. I'm gonna save. I know exactly what that is, Lightning.
There's some characters that, or there's some enemies that take less damage from magic, but will take more damage from physical-based magic. So if you use the strikes, they
They'll do
take more damage than
yeah.
they would if you were just using spells or physical damage flat.
This, I've seen this before.
Isn't it?
Oh, you fought this a bunch in what's that mobile game that I just deleted off my phone a minute ago?
Mobius Final Fantasy?
No, the Record Keeper.
Oh, okay.
You fight this like in all of the Final Fantasy 13 ones.
It's also in Final Fantasy 14 in the Burn.
Oh, maybe that's what it is too then.
Change into play.
Alright, Steam Clean removes its debuffs. Alright. Yep.
Correct, but at the same time, it takes it a very long time to do that.
Yep, and it stops hitting you.
Changing gears.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's fine. I can't attack now. Hope you can't anyway. Well, it's a good thing I switched to a healer. This is the other thing I remember is there are a few battles I remember specifically that I wish I could better position them. Like right there when he uses his little fist punch, it hits anything that's near it. And I really wish I could tell them all, you know, like spread out.
So later that becomes less of an issue because of the way Sentinel works,
Right.
where if you have anybody that's a Sentinel, everybody takes less damage.
Right. Where's it? Oh, no, back to the healer. right back on. Thank you.
Changing gears. Changing the play.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this thing's more immune to physical strikes because lightning has been using nothing but ruin. Actually, I can look, can't I? Yeah, halved normal magic, and so now it probably would be better if I switched to Trident Answer then.
Hold it together. Changing gears.
Oh boy, I killed a thing and unlocked a garage. There we go. Now Saz has the commando role,
Yay!
and Lightning has the medic role, which you told me to immediately go grab something out of.
Pulses
Yep,
crawling
you
with
want to
things
get
like
the
that.
plus 20 attack that's in her medic roll, I believe.
Not even the Corps has access to intel on Pulse. Soldiers in the field fight blind.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I noticed that. But don't you need to know exactly what you're up against?
Target's
No.
a target.
You like to keep it simple, don't you?
She's a
stick
soldier,
to
not
my
an
goal.
assassin.
As long as you have a goal, you can fight.
That's how
You can
goals
stay alive.
Oh, that's right. I'm like, why is it giving me all these pieces of, like, monster crap? I don't remember there being an upgrade system in this.
Ignore the upgrade system until chapter 11.
Oh, okay.
For one, you don't need it. For two, you won't have any money to do anything with it until about that point.
That's probably fair. I mean, I don't think I think at this point the game's like, yeah, here's 600 gil. I can buy a potion if I wanted to. Oh boy. Or I'm sorry, a phoenix down.
Plus, early on, they kind of want you to be trying out every new weapon that they give you. Each weapon kind of has its own advantages and disadvantages. They kind of want you feeling out each weapon and figure out which one is the one that you like the most.
Right. Where's this thing you were talking about? Accessory. That's important too, isn't it? It's like straight up you can have more things.
Yes, accessory slots are the things that you want to prioritize after roll levels usually.
I don't see a strength up though here. I mean, I'm still gonna put points in, whatever. I want the accessory, but...
It might be after the roll expansion then.
Oop, okay. That's 7. You had something you had to do, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep going, that's fine too.
Well, I need to stop at least for a second and feed my cats. I don't know how
Yep.
long your thing's gonna take, but...
I don't know either.
Okay, well, we can stop now, and if your thing ends quick enough, we can get back to it. I probably should go eat dinner regardless, so... Because
Alright.
the cat food bell is also a thing for me to remind myself that, oh yeah, food is a thing I have to do too. Because I actually forgot about food till just now. Anyway, so let's stop here then. Let me go. There was just like a save point like right there, wasn't there?
I think it was either there or close by or something. I don't remember.
I don't. Maybe it was forward. I thought I think I saved right before the boss. Maybe there'll be one like right after. Game's usually nice like that.
Yeah, but you might hit cutscenes before then. That's the only downside.
I don't see a save point on the map, but I also don't see any enemies.
Scout ahead.
There's a save point. So I remember this game being pretty good about giving you save points directly before and after bosses. Okay. I'm gonna cut my stream then.